Welcome to Making Connections, a program about people, places, and faces in Southwood County. I'm Tom Laux, your host and producer of this program at RCCA Media. Coming up on the show, you'll learn about the Hunger Coalition. The Wisconsin Rapids City Band stops in for a visit in our studio. Lunch by the River, a great place for fun and food. And the Aqua Skiers annual ski show takes place in July, as well as the Master Gardeners. So stay tuned to our bi-weekly program and sit back and enjoy. Hunger isn't just a problem in third world countries. It's a problem right here in Southwood County. The Hunger Coalition, a group in Southwood County area, is helping families with issues of not having enough food. The United Way of Inner Wisconsin recently held an event called United We Can to help food at area shelters. Let's find out more from Terry Johns, a member of the Hunger Coalition.
In November of 2012, United Way of Inner Wisconsin formed the Southwood County Hunger Coalition in an effort to draw awareness around hunger and bring providers together to make sure that we are meeting the needs of individuals in our community around hunger. In 2013, we started United We Can to draw awareness around hunger issues in our community. This is our third annual event that you see in the background in an effort to not only leverage food for programs that are meeting the needs of people in our community, but to educate the public in our community around hunger issues and the fact that we do have hunger problems in our community. So there's several programs in our community that help target specifically children and families around hunger issues, and those are the backpack programs, which happen in Nakusa and in Wisconsin Rapids. That's sending food home with children on the weekends. Of course, when we get into the summer, there is a barrier with food as the kids aren't in school. So there is community meal sites like the Neighborhood Table, the SWEPS Food Pantry, where food can be accessed, and there's also summer meal sites that happen at Meade and Lincoln High School. So those are some of the things that happen around hunger for children. But we also have a fair number of seniors in our community that need access to food. Perhaps they're choosing food versus paying for a prescription or something like that. So the need is very widespread and encompasses all ages in the community. So the food from today's event will be donated to our partners within the Hunger Coalition. So that would include the Rapids Family Backpacks, Nakusa Backpacks for Kids, the SWEPS Food Pantry, which is Southwood Emergency Pantry Shelf, and also the Neighborhood Table. This is where the food will be donated to, and then they will use to supplement their programming that they offer around hunger. The Hunger Coalition has also been able to help leverage some of the mobile food pantries that you're seeing come into our community. Back in January, we had some people visit the Hunger Coalition from Feeding America, which has resulted in the Neighborhood Table and the SWEPS Pantry partnering on mobile food pantries, where individuals from our area can come and receive food, and they're very much treated like guests. They receive about 50 to 60 pounds of food, and they just have to prove residency, within our area. So some of these things have stemmed from the coalition working together and looking at how we address hunger collectively as a community versus individually as programs. This is a fun event. It gives businesses, organizations, civic groups in our community an opportunity to come and show off a little bit. We have 3 awards that are given. We have a Community Choice Award, so people from the community who come to attend the Rafters game all get a ticket and they get to vote, and so they will choose their favorite. But then we also have a small group of judges that will select the most creative sculpture and then also the most nutritious sculpture, because we want to be thinking about what kinds of foods we're offering for those in need, and we all need to think about that ourselves in making healthier food selection choices. So those are the awards, but what it really is about is bragging rights, and it gives them the opportunity to have a little friendly competition amongst themselves, and we've heard a lot of that today. Some fun ribbing going on back and forth to make the event even more fun. So it's a great opportunity not just to feed people, but to build awareness and get workplaces, organizations, and companies involved in combating hunger in our community.
I want to welcome you to the studio here at RCCA Media. Today we have individuals from the City Band. I have the conductor, Bob Kaiser, and Mary Beth Rokas with us, and we're going to talk about what's happening with the City Band, which began earlier this month. So let's get right into it, Bob, and talk a little bit about the history of the band. Just give our audience a little bit about when it began.
Well, Tom, the band has been in existence in one form or another for the last 152 years. It wasn't always called the Wisconsin Rapids City Band. It's gone through many different configurations, whether it's been a band made up of people from one of the businesses or industries in the town, or individual family members who put a group together. But we have it going back all the way to the mid-1860s in one form or another.
Well, it's quite a long time, a rich history. The band plays down at two different locations. If there's a rain event, it goes to the high school. Is that right?
Correct. We typically put our concerts on Tuesday nights at Robinson Park at the band shell. We start at 7:15 with each concert, and the concerts last about an hour. If the weather does turn inclement, we do have the wonderful alternative of being able to move to the Performing Arts Center located at Lincoln High School. And the concerts then begin at 7:45, which gives us a chance to get the equipment set up as well as get everybody over there for the concert.
Well, Mary Beth, you've been a part of the band for quite some time. You live here in Rapids.
I live here in Rapids. Before I started assisting the band, I would go to all the band concerts, which I obviously still do. But it's a wonderful opportunity to, for the musicians as well as the audience, and it's free. I mean, where else can you go for wonderful entertainment and not cost anything?
Well, what do you see out there when you go there? What kind of music is played? You can tell the audience the music, and I see some dancing in the videos that we do. Tell them what's there, and again, you said it's free.
Oh, the music is up to Bob here.
Well, we try to have a variety of music that will appeal to people of all ages. Of course, being a good band, we have a variety of marches that we'll play, usually an overture. We'll have a Broadway medley somewhere in there.
My favorite. I always ask Bob, what's the Broadway show this time?
And then one of the traditions that's been around with the band for a long time, with our previous conductor, Mr. Don Cheesebro, is to always do a waltz and a polka on every concert. And of course, we have that nice little dance area right in front of the stage. So we invite people to come on up and take a little step out on the dance floor while we do those tunes.
Well, I noticed one unique thing. If you guys have been watching this City Band on our station or even go there, at the end, I hear horns. That's pretty cool. I mean, the car horns.
There are a lot of people that actually just sit in their cars and open their windows and listen to the music. And so instead of the applause, we hear the horns beeping. So it's kind of neat.
Well, we're filming this here in June 23rd, I believe, today. So tonight's a concert. So
Yes,
I know you guys are watching this here in July, and I think that's going to lead us right into the July 4th. It's July 4th today. You guys are watching this. Bob, tell me about that big concert that's going to happen at Centralia before the fireworks.
Well, that's been a tradition that's been going on for a number of years now, to do a concert on July 4th prior to the fireworks. We now do the concert out in front of the Centralia Center, and we begin at 7 o'clock with the program, and that's a wonderful area to catch the concert. It's a beautiful green lawn area. People bring their lawn chairs and their blankets and their snacks, and they'll come out, they'll catch the concert, and then just stay there, turn a little bit, and are ready to watch the fireworks when it gets dark enough.
Yeah, it's right out in the lawn here, just I believe it's east of us as we're sitting here in the studio, just outside the Lowell Center.
That's right.
And it's all patriotic music, is that correct?
Yes, it is. We have some wonderful marches, Americans We, National Emblem, Washington Post. Of course, you can't have a concert like that without doing the Stars and Stripes Forever. We'll have music of Irving Berlin, George M. Cohan. We always do a tribute to all of our service people in the community and our nation, doing the service medleys through there, and invite people to participate in that as well. So it's a good spirited concert for the holiday.
Well,
I might add, we've had for the last 8 or 9 years, the Wisconsin Rapids Educational Association has sponsored that concert, which is a little bit extra because families come and it's just a great opportunity.
well, I think that leads us right into sponsorship for these concerts. How do you guys raise money? It just doesn't grow on trees. We know that. So how can someone support the city band? Is there donations that happen at the concert, or can they do it at any time?
We have been very fortunate in getting sponsorships for each of our performances this year. In fact, some of them we have 2 sponsors. And that has been very much how we support the band. And of course, we have this nice little book and several ads in here featured with local businesses. So that's. And as far as donations, well, you can talk about the benefit concert.
Right, we have that coming up. People can donate to the band at any time. We usually have donation boxes out at all of our concerts. They can check out our website at wrcityband.org and find out other ways to participate and to donate if they so desire. To the group. The organization just became its own 501c3 as of this last January 1st. And so with that, we're seeing some more community involvement in how we operate, and we're very grateful for that. And of course, as Mary Beth just mentioned, we do have a special benefit concert coming up on July 26th at the Performing Arts Center. It begins at 2 o'clock. We usually try to do some special things on that concert. Special features, and as always, the concerts are free, but we encourage people, if they are able and willing to make some donations, we're very grateful for that.
Well, the concerts continue through August 11th. Usually, like you say, they're on a Tuesday, except for a couple of the unique ones that you have. Again, the July 26th special benefit concert, and July 4th, which you're watching here today, 7 o'clock right here, Centralia Center. Not in our studio, but right outside to the east.
Right.
Hopefully we have a beautiful day that day, and then you can turn and watch the fireworks. And again, if you do miss getting down to the park, we hope here at RCCA Media to bring those to you a couple days later from the concert, and you can watch those and also watch it online at rccamedia.org. But I want to thank both of you guys for coming by and talking about the city band. It's always a great hit for people to come out, and it's a relaxing atmosphere, isn't it?
Well, thanks for the opportunity.
All right, well,
Thank you very much, Tom.
all right, thanks again. Every Thursday between 11:30 and 1 during the summer, there's great food and entertainment that takes place in Veterans Park in downtown Wisconsin Rapids. Let's hear from the organizer of Lunch by the River.
Lunch by the River started about 20 years ago. It was started by the Chamber of Commerce with the intent to get people to come downtown and visit the businesses downtown and enjoy the beautiful scenery of the river. When you walk into Lunch by the River, you have a wide variety of food to choose from. Great Expectations is here, Jamaican Kitchens, Rocky Rococos. This year we have the LHS Booster Club providing walking tacos, hamburgers, brats. New vendor this year will be Klaus Treats. Shaved ice will be their specialty. It's a great place to just sit down, enjoy your lunch, network with other business people, bring your families to meet the people that you work with, and enjoy the view of the Wisconsin River. The beauty of the river is certainly a great background for the event. What's particularly unique about the downtown Wisconsin Rapids view of the river is the fact that we can see the major manufacturing, we see the vibrant downtown coming alive, and it's a great mix of both that industrial feel and the beautiful scenery. It shows that it truly can coexist in a community, and the way that the economic and the tourism and the beauty of a community can all come together. Sponsors of the event every single week, a wide variety of sponsors, anything from educational institutions such as Mid-State Technical College to assisted living facilities, and also a lot of the restaurants in town also sponsor the event. We have a couple of sponsorship opportunities still available. Just give us a call. Check out our website, www.wisconsinrapidschamber.com, or give us a call, like I said, at 715-423-1830.
Many cities would love to have an event like this. Local Lois Canton tells us why she comes down to the event every week.
Well, Lunch by the River is a wonderful place, first of all, to get lunch. They have some wonderful treats here. And I myself right now am eating custard, and that's wonderful. You get a chance to see so many people, it seems, that you haven't seen in a long time. It's a real community event. A lot of people come here just to watch whatever performances there are. Today it was Pam's studio, and she was wonderful. Of course, we love to watch those girls dancing, and everybody here just has such a good time. You would just see it. Everybody's smiling, talking to people they know, talking to people they don't know. And to me, that makes it just a community event that I think is wonderful. And as I said, they also have good food. You know, if you're looking for some place to go, and it's reasonable. You know, if you're looking for some place to go on Thursdays for lunch, take your friend along, take your spouse along, take somebody from the office along, and just go and have fun here at Lunch by the River.
I want to welcome the Wood County Master Gardeners to the studio here at RCCA Media. I have Denise Larson and Barb Harrod, and they're going to talk about what's happening coming up in July. They have a big event, and I want to turn it over to them to tell you about the garden walk that's going to happen on July 18th, and have you talk about it.
Okay, great. Well, we're really excited. This is our 16th annual garden walk, and it's something that has really grown in the community. People really like to go and look at other people's gardens, and you don't always have that opportunity to do it. So this is a way to provide people an educational experience, because I think as you go and look at somebody else's garden, you always get new ideas that you can bring back and incorporate into your own garden. And along with that, it's also a fundraiser for us and helps us to cover our community projects throughout Wood County and Northern Adams County.
Well, if people want to go on this garden walk, it takes place on July 18th, just one day.
Yes.
Is this something that would take a half a day, an hour, 2 hours?
Well, it kind of depends on your particular wants. Some people really like to get down and look at every single plant in a garden. Others will just stroll through it and enjoy the ambiance as they're going through it. So it really kind of depends on each person that comes to the garden walk.
Now, people can buy tickets, and it is a fundraiser, like you had said. Where can they purchase the tickets for the garden walk?
There are various places around Wisconsin Rapids and Pittsville and Marshfield that we can purchase tickets. A good one would be Daily Drugs in Wisconsin Rapids. Marshfield is
Hilliard's True Value.
okay.
In Pittsville itself, we have the library and Baum's Mercantile.
So there's various places that you can purchase them. They're going to be admission in advance will be $8. And then if you get it at the day of the walk at one of our greeters, it will be $10. And children under 10 are free.
All right. Well, let's talk about some of the places that that's going to be available here for the participants.
Okay. Well, when you purchase your ticket, you'll get this brochure type of thing, and it's got a description of each one of the gardens as well as a map on how to get to them. So it's a very good guideline. We have the community garden, which was formed just last year in Wisconsin Rapids, is one of the gardens. And it's a good way for people to understand the concept of community gardens. It's something new to this community. And then the other 5 gardens are located in the greater Pittsfield area. And I think what you'll really like about them is that they're very large, much larger than gardens that you find in the city. So it really gives you an opportunity to go out and see how they've incorporated fruit trees and vegetables, perennials, annuals, even chickens in one garden, and we've got a couple of prairies in one of the gardens. So it really is a different type of garden experience.
Okay, so it's not just vegetables. It sounds like there's just a lot of opportunities to see different things. Alrighty, well that takes place again July 18th, coming up here, not too long from now. You're seeing this here for first year in July, 9:30 to 3:30.
That's correct.
Rain or shine.
Yeah,
so if it's
rain or
pouring,
shine,
you're
yeah.
still going. Be good for the crops, but we don't want rain that day. So
Right.
hopefully it holds off.
So far, we've never had a downpour at all that has crippled the walk. We've always had good weather. So maybe Denise can tell a little bit about a couple of special features that we offer that you don't find in other garden walks.
We've always had like a little area in one of our gardens that features art or slightly used items that the members of the Master Gardeners have saved for us to kind of sell to help promote our walk. And this year it's called Art in the Garden Boutique. And we're going to have crafts there this year that we have all gotten together and made throughout the year. And also we're going to have some live music. And one of the musicians, maybe you could say a little bit about that.
Is a person who plays the flute. And she's going to be located in a garden along the Yellow River. And so it'll just be a really nice, serene setting for you to enjoy.
And we also have a cooking demonstration. We'll have a chef at one of the gardens, and she'll be using fresh vegetables and things and putting them together to make something really yummy.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun and a great day to get out. You were touching on the community garden. It is one of the places that are on the walk. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Let's just touch base with that. Where is it located, and how did it come about?
Okay, it's located behind Riverview Hospital at the intersection of Hill and Spruce Streets. And it was a joint venture between a local church and the UW Extension office. Terry Lessig, the horticulturist there, was key in getting it off the ground. And they've got raised bed plots there, and people from the community can pay a nominal fee of, I think it's $10, something like that, for a plot for the year. The Master Gardeners also maintain 2 or 3 plots there, and they donate all of the food that they raise to the food pantries. And there are a lot of Hmong who are participating in the community garden, and they grow some really unique vegetables, and they'll have those on display for us, as well as they'll have a couple of booths set up to sell them. And we'll also have an egg roll vendor at that site. And one other feature at that site is the family education leader from UW Extension will be there, and we'll have information about food preservation and can test your pressure cooker lid if it's a dial gauge type.
Well, there's a lot to that then.
Really
So if someone wants to plant and take a space 4x8 or whatever sizes you have, they would contact the Wood County Master Gardeners or the county?
They would actually contact the community garden leader, and her name is Laura Locken.
Okay.
Okay. And so they could work with her for that.
Okay. Growing season's already started, but I guess, it depends on what they're growing too, right?
Exactly.
Some things grow faster than others, some slower.
But there will be things there that people can see.
Okay. Well, it looks like the weather this year has been really good for gardens.
Yes.
Although maybe a little too much rain, but that's okay.
Okay, and this year we usually incorporate some artists in some of the gardens. And this year we have 3 artists that are going to participate in the garden walk. And we have a potter, Dave Lyons. And then we have John Ritchie, who's going to be bringing some of his wood carving. And then we also have Laura Nelke, she's from Marshfield, and she'll be doing watercolor paintings. So that's going to be exciting for the people that like to come for the artists.
And they'll have the opportunity to buy any of the pieces
Yes.
that the artists have on display there.
Now, these are going to be at some of the locations.
Yes.
Yes.
Not every locations, they don't travel, they stay put at one of the
On
places.
the ticket, it'll tell which location they're at.
Okay, so that's already printed, ready to go. So if they were to go to Daily Drug or any of those other places, they would get this so they know
would.
what they're up to right away.
Exactly.
But if they don't purchase tickets right away, they could just go to one of the sites. Is that right? And,
They could, yes.
and get that. So
Yes.
there's not like a limited number. Is there more the better?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, all right. And again, this helps fundraise for the group. Is that right?
I think it also provides the community with some educational benefit because when you get there, we do have some guides that take you around in the gardens, and you can ask them any questions, and you can ask the owners questions, and I think you can have the opportunity to learn a lot about gardening and things during that time.
All righty. Well, July 18th. They have a lot there to see. So rain or shine, get out there for the garden walk. I want to thank you guys for joining me here today about talking about the July 18th event.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I want to welcome you back to the studio. I have Aqua Skiers in. I have Maggie Molesky and Ellen Sox, and they're going to talk about the upcoming tournament that's going to happen July 16th through the 19th and tell you a little bit more about the team. But first, I'm going to have Maggie and Ellen tell us a little bit about how the Aqua Skiers came about. So let's learn a little bit about the history of the program.
Okay, the state tournament was started in 1967 by a gentleman named Jack Lukes. We lost Jack last winter, but he has been known as the father of show skiing. He's the one that got the sport started. He came up with rules of how the teams are judged, and those same basic rules that he had written on one piece of paper 49 years ago are still used. The basics are still used today. This rule book is now about an inch thick, but the same principle still applies to what he started 49 years ago. He had the foresight to start it, and for that he has gotten thousands of people involved, and everybody who knows the state tournament knows Jack Lukes.
Well, Maggie, you've been a big part of this program many, many years. This is the 49th season. The Aqua Skiers have put this on every year. Talk about how you guys have been doing this for 49 years and then lead up into this year's tournament.
Okay. Boy, I've been with the team for almost 25 years now. Started with the tournament probably after about 2 years, got really involved, became the tournament chairperson about 12 years ago, am co-chairing at this point. I do the teams and officials. But every year, the Aqua Skiers motto for running this tournament, ever since Jack started it, every year, one thing a little bit better than last year. And by doing that, we have created a monster, let's put it that way. It's gone from a one-day tournament with 6 or 7 teams to a 4-day tournament with 26 teams and a full day of individual events competition. So for the 49th year, we have 24 teams this year, a full day of individual events on Thursday, the 16th. And it's a pretty big thing when we look at it from a small town perspective, to be able to consider that we are the world's largest water ski tournament. In other words, we have the most skiers that go on the water over those 4 days. So when people come out to watch the tournament, they're going to see a little bit of everything. They see swivel skiing, ballet skiing, which is up to, say, 30 girls in a line, skiing on one ski, all braced behind one boat, going over rollers 3 foot high, very much fun. Jumping, freestyle jumping, some great, great jumpers. Barefoot skiing, back barefoot skiing. wakeboarding, trick skiing, and just anything you can think of.
Well, they make it look easy. It's not that easy. They practice a lot for this tournament, but they also have a weekly a show that they do in Buren. So they don't just do for the program that's coming up in July. They have a show on Saturday or Sunday over in Buren?
On Sunday.
On Sundays. So you might get a chance if you don't get out to the actual program on the 16th. You can get out there and watch them. But practice makes perfect. Is that right?
Absolutely. And we practice out at Buren Monday through Wednesday. The girls get out there on Tuesday nights and practice. The guys get out there on Monday nights and practice, and then the whole team comes out on Wednesday nights and practices the acts that need both guys and girls in them. And then we just do like a small show run through. So if you can't get out there on Sunday night, certainly come out any one of those nights and sit in the bleachers. We have 4 sets of bleachers out there, and you're going to have to park alongside of the road, but we've made it as safe as we can.
Well, let's step back and talk about the show again. Plenty of food out there for people. They can spend the entire day. It's a great place for families. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And I guess let's just go through some of the events that might be there. In the past, you can buy sunglasses there. You can buy you can have some good burgers. That just doesn't get put up overnight. Let's tell them when you're going to actually start getting this stuff ready.
I believe they'll start probably the weekend before, the Friday before, hauling all the equipment out. What makes it unique for Wisconsin Rapids is there's other venues that do water ski show tournaments, but none where everything has to be brought in. All the other places have their permanent structures. So everything has to be hauled in, from the bleachers to the tents to the stands to the food trailers. Everything has to be brought in. And it's a lot of work, but the Aqua Skiers are known for their hard work and putting it all together. They'll start on the weekend before with the trailers coming in, unloading equipment. The tents, the big tents, come probably in Monday or Tuesday. We have they put up the judges' towers and all that in the beginning of the week. The food will be brought in about Thursday. There's going to be a big freezer semi there with all the food in it. The fencing all has to be put up. And the jump has to be put in. The docks have to be put in already. So there's a lot of physical work that has to be done before we ever think about skiing on getting their own site ready.
So probably at least 50, 60 people take part of putting all this together, maybe more.
Probably more.
And you guys have been doing it.
And it's very interesting because a few years ago, the club membership was down to about 50. And that wasn't all adults. That was a lot of little kids there that can't handle the big, heavy work. And I just have to say thank you to the community, because the community did come out and help us in those years, and they still come out to help us. We still have people from the community that wouldn't get on the water if you begged them to, but they will come out and help us with the state tournament and setting it up. And like Ellen said, we have to build our own little ski community out there, a little ski city. And I shouldn't say little, big ski city, but it's the perfect venue for show skiing. That natural bowl where you can sit right on the beach and everything comes in and swirls. It's very beautiful, and you have the background of the trees on the other side, Southwood County Park. Beautiful setting for what we do.
Well, I want to get into the 2016 World Tournament, but first, Ellen, I want to talk a little bit about, just so people understand, how is the scoring involved? I think maybe somebody would want to know a little bit about how teams win. Can you just share a little bit about that?
It's based on the four basic principles. It's based on 0 to 100 points. Each one of the 4 categories have 25 points. There's flow. That means how does one act flow from another? Is it a long time getting started? And if there's falls within the act, that reflects in the flow. Then there's difficulty. How difficult is your act? Of course, 30 girls behind one boat is going to be a lot more difficult than 5, and that kind of thing. We all have charts and stuff that we go by on difficulty for certain acts, not all of them. Then there's execution. How well do you do it? Is there falls? Is there bobbles? Is there and then there's flow for spectator appeal. How pleasing is it to the sea? And then there's also the box scores, where it's boat driving, announcing, showmanship. It's not just things on the water, it's how well they do their dances on land. And how entertaining is it to the people to watch? Can we follow it, or is it just are we just kind of lost? That's all how it all comes down to the same things that Jack started 49 years ago.
There's quite a bit to it to really
Yes, there is.
learn, and then as for judges to watch, there's a big panel of judges that
There's for state tournament there's 7, and they each have an assistant. So there's 14 people up there. So what one doesn't see, hopefully somebody else sees. And of course, safety is a big part of it. There's safety people down on the shore. We watch for safety violations, and of course, if there's safety deductions, that's something you don't want, and that gets deducted from the score. But it's all safety is very important.
Alrighty. Maggie, let's talk about the 2016 World Water Ski Tournament that's going to take place. That's something new that's going to happen in about a year from now.
Exactly. September 9th through 11th of 2016, we're going to be hosting 4 international teams along with Team USA. The teams that we know of right now that are coming for sure are Belgium, Australia, Canada, Team USA, and China. We would love to see a couple of other teams come, but at this point we don't know that. Now, this tournament has only been run twice before. It's a biannual tournament, and we have put in for it. We have bid for it the first 2 times. Third time's the charm. It's coming to us in 2016. A lot of people ask me, why I think it's so important to have this tournament here. It puts us on the map. It tells everybody, hey, if they can host an international water ski tournament, what else can they do? But as far as this tournament is concerned, these teams will be coming in. It'll be Labor Day of 2016. They'll be coming in the week before. They'll be practicing every day out at Lake Wazicha. We provide all the boats, and they have host teams from around the area that provide all their skis and ropes and the other equipment. They'll be coming into Lake Wazicha and practicing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday night we'll have opening ceremonies, which are really quite interesting. It should be a lot of fun. And then Saturday and Sunday, each team gets to ski both Saturday and Sunday. How they finish on Saturday will be the lineup that they'll ski on Sunday. Then we'll have a closing banquet, and they'll pack up and go home, which will be sad to see. So I really encourage everybody to get out there or get involved in some way. We'll be having some meet the team kind of things, hoping people can come out during the week maybe and watch a team practice and ski. So very interesting.
Alrighty, well, they should mark their calendars 2016, but they can, within a few weeks, they can get out to the 2015 tournament.
And I just wanted to add that this is going to be webcast across the world.
Oh, right.
It's going to be seen thousands of, I don't know how many times they hit, how many hits they had on the last tournament, but many, many times. So it's a worldwide event that can be seen anywhere across the world.
So they'll probably be able to go onto your website and maybe find a link there, I would assume, hopefully.
We will put the link out there.
Yeah, so
I'm not sure that it'll be on our website, but it'll probably be on a bigger website than ours.
Okay.
But yes, that's a very interesting thing.
Yep.
The other thing in 2016, though, we have to remember, and this is very near and dear to both Ellen and I, it's the 50th annual Wisconsin State Water Ski Show Tournament. This year being 49, 50 is quite a big thing. So we have 2 very large events next year that we're very, very proud to be hosting.
Well, 50 years, that is a lot of skiing and a lot of time put in by your staff, volunteers. And we'll wrap up here about volunteers or people that want to join the Aqua Skiers. You're open to it. This doesn't seem to be just a 2-month deal. I see pictures of you guys practicing on gym floors. So if someone wants to get involved, come to the area, or maybe they don't know anything about skiing, can they still come and maybe learn and want to try something? You guys are open to it.
Absolutely. We teach a lot. There's kids on this team that, including my son, who learned how to ski with the Aqua Skiers. He's 37 years old now, and one of the bigger guy skiers. Does some jumping and barefooting and basing of pyramids and stuff. But no, that's what we're there for. We love to see the younger families come so that we can teach the families to ski and they can do like we did and be brought up on the water.
Well, not too old or not too young, really.
No,
Right?
Absolutely.
It's a family sport. Everybody can be involved, from working with the ropes on the shore to the sound systems. There's a place for everybody. So it's not one that you just have to sit on the bleachers and watch your kids. It's something that you can do with them for a long time.
True, and if you don't want to ski like you're saying, there are other
yes.
opportunities, maybe boat driver,
Yes.
just watching,
Yes.
Drivers,
just
riders.
helping and saying,
Yep. Helping with
encourage.
costumes or whatever. Everybody has a very important part.
That's right, costumes. That's a whole
It's
nother.
another factor.
And I don't know, you can't just go out to the local
No.
store and go buy a
No.
costume, right? All right. Well, I want to thank you both for coming in and sharing that information to our audience here. I'm sure they're glad to hear more about it. If they want to get out again, July 16th through the 19th for the 49th annual water ski tournament. It's held out on Lake Wazeecha. And if you need more information, you can go to the website, Aqua Skiers website, right?
Yes.
Or just go out to Buren on those days, and they'll be practicing coming up here shortly over on Lake Wazeecha.
Yes.
Stop out, see what they're up to. But again, thanks for watching us and learning more about the Aqua Skiers. Thank you for connecting with me on Making Connections, a bi-weekly program on RCCA Media. If you have a local story you would like me to share, please contact me at the studio, 715-423-0441, or send me an email at tlaux@wirapids.org. I hope you enjoyed this program about local people right here in Southwood County. Take care, and thanks for watching.